Since I'm Dominican, I was treated differently because I was a girl. So my brother had more opportunities and he got off the hook more often. So I had to clean and cook and be ready to like kind of like get married in a way because that's how the culture goes. When I was younger, my family practiced, they're Catholics, and that's how I grew up. I was always confused with religion. Like, I didn't know if I should believe or not. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm mad at God or this and that, which is common, but I don't know. I would actually kind of get into arguments with it. But now I don't believe in a specific religion, but the religion I grew up in was Catholic. Well, I used to have these annoying dresses, and I hated wearing the pantyhose with the little ruffle socks and leather shoes. I detested it. Like, oh my god, I used to always cry. But that's how I had to dress up on Sundays and stuff like that. Um, it was hard for me when I was drifting away from it because my whole family believes in this, and they're telling me that I'm becoming more Americanized or um, that it's stupid that I should believe in God and that God will help me get out of these places. And I really don't believe in that. I believe differently. I think there's a higher power, but not necessarily a specific religion. My family believe that this is just Americans being making a big deal out of things. They look too deep into things. That I'm just being stubborn or I'm just making a big deal out of something. It's been years me trying to get my mom to understand my illness, which right now I'm diagnosed bipolar and have PTSD. But before, since I said I've been to a lot of hospitalizations, I was always re-diagnosed. So I went from diagnosis to diagnosis. So my family was like, you're too old for this. Get over it. You're not crazy, and it wasn't accepted. My mom is just starting to understand and accept certain things, but it was very difficult, and she didn't accept much of it. I can't even live in the Dominican Republic. The difference, like the computers and the technology and the health and everything is just way ahead of Dominican Republic, and it would be difficult for me to go to school over there and be so different. Young adults are well, this is different if you're a girl or you're a boy. A boy is just he has a lot of freedom. He is expected to work or um, kind of carry the family's name and be productive. But in my case, it's different because my family is kind of like rich down there, so we're just really spoiled because we have a lot of stuff. So nobody has to work. We don't work. We're just provided with everything. Um, but for a girl, for me, I'm expected to behave, to not put the family's name down, to watch it. Be careful that I don't sleep around or anything like that. Um, Definitely, I need to know how to cook and clean. That's very important. A woman needs to know how to do that in Dominican Republic. I feel like in Dominican Republic, they're just starting to get to know mental health. It's like over here, like people are just trying to accept gay marriage and getting to know to each other, but it's very controversial. That's the same thing with mental health in Dominican Republic. There are like services provided and there's doctors, but it's just not as widely known as in here or accepted. And a lot of people really think that mental health is people just acting, like acting immature, not getting over things, or not accepting things, just making a big fuzz about something that's supposedly to be small. If you're crazy, you're supposed to be crazy, like psychotic, schizophrenic crazy. There's no like she's bipolar, she has bipolar PTSD. That's not talked about. It's either you're real crazy, you're seeing things and you're out of it, or you're just making a fuss about something that's not supposed to be making a fuss. If you came from the Dominican Republic with a child, and that child was acting up or something, that child will get a whooping, and I don't know what, but you don't really go to a therapist. That's Americanized. That's not in it. It's just something that doesn't happen. Usually, when somebody becomes involved with therapists and DSS and stuff like that, it's because there was an intervention by the state or by in school. One of the teachers noticed the kid is doing something and it needs mental health services and stuff like that. But I don't think any parent Dominican will come out to get a therapist or anything like that. I think that people are just starting to know about it, so it's not really accepted. But younger. I think the more the younger population might accept it a little better and understand it than the old school people. Like I'm grateful in a way that I'm here and I'm not look. People know that I have issues because my past because I have certain diagnoses. As in Dominican Republic, it wouldn't be looked at like that. It would be look like I'm just being fine or whatever. So that's something that I'm grateful for, and I think other people must be.